Hello, everybody. It's Mr. Songer with you for our weekly podcast for Chaska Middle School West, What's Happening in Our Department. This podcast is for January 21st. And thanks for watching. I hope you enjoy the cheesehead here as my Pack get ready to play in the NFC Championship game tomorrow. And so I want to just talk a little bit about what's happening. And some of you have been joining me every week. Some of you, this may be the first time you've watched the podcast. But I'd like to go through kind of some of the things that are going on in our department and just all the exciting things going on. And this time of year, it's crazy. There's a lot going on. So just start out by saying that it's a 3-day weekend, so we have no school Monday. We will have band lessons for all 3 grades this week, Tuesday through Friday, and that means 6th graders will all have their lesson on Tuesday, regardless of if you're in 8A or B-Day band. And you can check out the lesson calendar on our website. If you go to the school website and then click on the band page, you can check out the lesson schedule there. We will be having bonus lessons as usual, and that means kids can come learn guitar, jazz piano, drum set, bass. Some kids have formed their own special groups. We have an 8th grade flute quartet and saxophone quintet. We have a couple special 7th grade groups that have formed now and a 6th grade group. So these groups are working on a variety of things like chamber music. We have a group working on making hip-hop mashup dance hits that are really cool. We have a couple groups that are playing their band instruments, doing music that they choose, and adding in vocals. So those are our bonus lessons, and any student is invited to form their own group and be part of our bonus lesson program. The 6th graders have a take-home assignment that they should be thinking about doing if they haven't already. It's where they choose one song out of their Festival Solos Maroon book and play that for mom or dad and make a concert program. And that concert program simply has the name of the song and the student name, a parent signature, and then also a picture of the student performing and a short, like 2 to 4 sentence reflection on how the student played that the student writes. And if you are unable to send a picture on a program because maybe you have a printer that doesn't work or no means to take a picture, you can totally have the student talk to me and we can come up with another way to do it. A lot of times kids might take it on their Chromebook and just show it to me there or some other device, and that's fine. And then also our 8th graders in their band lessons this month and next month are doing a really, really fun project where they are making their own songs. They can actually do an original song or a cover of any existing song, and they have to use their band instruments. They have to sing or rap or do some kind of vocal work, and it has to be a minute long. So it doesn't have to be the entire song if they're doing a cover or if they're doing an original, just a minute long. So this is not like a huge, long project. So I'm not really giving them enough time. We don't have enough time to do that, although some kids are working pretty quick and are coming up with the whole song anyway. But they work on that every Friday in their band lessons, and so far, so good. Some really, really cool ideas going right now. So can't wait to share those with you come the end of the trimester. As far as before and after school events this week, our Jazz 6 group will rehearse after school on Tuesday. Country Bluegrass, because we've now missed the last couple Mondays, we will rehearse Wednesday after school this week till 3:30. The rhythm section will rehearse before school on Thursday, and 7th and 8th grade jazz bands, as usual, after school this Thursday. There is no garage band this Friday due to the Rocket concert, which I'm going to talk about in just a moment. And we are now doing Morning Star DJs almost every morning down in the cafeteria. This week we'll have DJ Amy down there on Tuesday, DJ Kenna on Thursday, and DJ Madeira on Friday. So you can check those girls out DJing for breakfast in the cafeteria. And occasionally they'll stick around and do 1 or 2 of the lunch shifts as well on those days. So got great DJs coming your way at Chaska Middle School West almost every day of the week. Upcoming events. So we have a big event this week called the Rocket Concert, and Rocket has a great history. I'll just give you a really brief background. One of the quirky things I did as a middle school kid is I wrote a magazine every week featuring all the top musicians of the day and kept track of the charts and basically made copies of what I made every week and handed it out to my friends. And I did that all through middle school, and I called it Rocket Magazine. And so there were great articles on people like Michael Jackson and Madonna and Huey Lewis and the News, Bon Jovi, like all the great acts from the 80s. And so this concert is named after that magazine. I have 250 of them down in my basement. It's crazy. But the Rocket Concert is this Friday, January 27th at 7 p.m. in the Chaska Middle School West Large Gym. And that will feature all 3 of our garage bands, our country bluegrass band, our hip-hop electronica DJs, who I just named before, We have a great duet consisting of Sin Wei and Sin In from 8th grade, and they're going to perform. Donatella and Hope are going to dance. So it should be a really fun time. The admission is free. It's about a 2-hour concert, 7 to 9 in the gym. There'll be a bake sale going on out in the hallway, and that you can purchase baked goods, and the money from that will go to benefit our Pennies for Patients drive that we're doing at Chaska Middle School West right now, which is money that helps go towards finding a cure and helping kids who are struggling with blood cancers. So that's going on this Friday, so we hope you can make it out. I know it's just a couple weeks after that great, gigantic talent show we did, but it's another really fun way to spend a Friday night supporting our students in their artistic efforts. Also coming up on Tuesday, January 31st, we have our 7th and 8th grade trip to the District Band Festival. And this is during the school day. And what happens is that the 7th and 8th grade band members who are going to Chanhassen High School down the road, they're going to go from the beginning of the school day until the end of 4th hour over to Chan High School. And the kids that are going to go to Chaska High School, they will leave at 11:20, which is the beginning of 5th hour, and come back at advisory. And by the way, the 7th graders who are going to Chaska, you will eat 8th grade lunch that day up in the band room. So you'll eat lunch right after 4th hour, and then we'll go on over to the high school. So both of those groups of students are going to go to the high school and rehearse a song with the other 7th and 8th graders from Pioneer Ridge and East. And they'll have a guest director by the name of John Green, who is an outstanding retired band director from the Apple Valley area. And they'll also get to work with the high school band director at their high school, Mr. Swanson at Chan and Mr. Beckler at Chaska. So that'll be a wonderful experience for those kids. And then they'll also get to hear the high school bands from their high school perform and get to meet with some of those high school kids. Also, another district event coming up on Saturday, February 4th, is our District Jazz Festival. And that's for all 3 of our jazz bands and the rhythm section. And those groups will be performing during the early afternoon or late morning and get a clinic from a local jazz clinician. And then they'll be they can listen to other bands throughout the afternoon. There'll be another master class later on in the day they can attend. And then there's dinner. And then there's an evening finale concert, which starts at 7 p.m. Our rhythm section will provide the pre-concert for that, starting at 6:45 at the Chanhassen High School Auditorium. And then starting at 7, every one of our middle school and high school jazz bands will perform during the evening concert, including our 3 CMS-West groups. Each will play one song. So there's a performance early in the day and then a performance later in the day. And jazz band students will be learning more about this, and you'll be getting emails about that. But that's a great concert, open to the public, $6 tickets for students, $9 for adults. And that money goes to our jazz program, which is awesome. And then also looking ahead, further ahead, we have a guest saxophone player by the name of Kenny Holman coming out on Valentine's Day. He's going to be working with all of our saxophone players in our school. Kenny, one of the best saxophone players in the country, played with Prince back in the day, has played with many other great artists and musicians from the last 30 or so years. And Kenny lives right here in Chanhassen, and he's going to be coming out and working with our kids. Coming up on Thursday, February 16th, our garage bands have been invited to play at the Minnesota Music Educators Association State Convention down in the Convention Center in Minneapolis, and they'll be performing at 4:45 p.m., so a wonderful honor for our garage bands. And finally, just looking out to the end of February, our next formal concert for the 6th, 7th, and 8th grade bands will be on Thursday, February 23rd. It's an event called Evening with the Stars. The 6th grade band will play at 5:30, 7th graders at 6:30, and 8th graders at 7:30. And this event also will feature all 3 of our jazz bands and our rhythm section. It will also feature all the school choirs and orchestras, and there'll also be some other groups performing during this incredible night of music. There's basically 4 stages set up around the school. There's also an art gallery. There's also some other things going on related to some of the other subjects in our school. There's a silent auction, and also dinner being served that night. So a very fun night at our school from 5:30 to 8 on February 23rd. Just some highlights to close out the podcast with. Some congratulations going out. First of all, the South Central MBDA Jazz Honor Band was announced this week. That's basically the top jazz band kids from our region of the state in middle school, and we have 2 students that will be representing CMS West in that band. Bobby Belaires will be playing alto saxophone, and Medora Riley will be playing trumpet. So congratulations to Bobby and Medora for making the SC MBDA Regional Honor Band. Or Honor Jazz Band, sorry. That'll be very cool. They will be rehearsing and playing at Lakeville South High School on Saturday, March 4th. And I believe the concert takes place at 3 p.m. out there, and that's open to anybody to attend. And then also a huge congratulations to 12 of our students who were selected to the Decorah Tri-State Honor Band down in Decorah, Iowa. And there are 2 bands, an 8th grade band and a 7th grade band, featuring students from Minnesota, Iowa, and Wisconsin. And we had 5 8th graders: Rachel Iden, Dion Rakatamalala, Lily Paul, Sage Martin, and Maxwell Ullman, who were all selected for that band. And then we had 7 7th graders selected. We had Hannah Erlinowski, Sydney Kermeyer, both on flute. And then we had Sean Bartles on bari sax and Jordan Sayer on alto saxophone. We had 2 trumpet players, John Schwindiger and Anthony Steinhoff, and then Kendall Carmen on percussion were all selected. So congratulations to all 12 of those kids, and also an honorable mention to 3 students that were nominated for those groups, Maddie Lenius, Hannah Olson, and Timmy Klein. Also very, very impressive work. So all those kids, great job. I'll just close out by saying we do this podcast every week, so feel free to join us right here. You can find it right here on Mr. Songer's channel. And you can also follow us on Twitter at CMSW Band. And finally, if you would like text reminds about what's going on, especially our lesson schedule, you can send a message to the number 81010, and the message depends on what band you are in or your child is in. So it would be either at 16-17 Band 6, at 16-17 Band 7, or at 16-17 Band 8. All right, so that's it for now. Thanks so much for watching, and if you have any questions, you can always email me at songere@district112.org. Go Pack!